Now I wanted to talk about a vision that I had, I guess it was some months ago, of all these reality systems, or I should say states of consciousness, which is more accurate, as levels in a building. A tall building. And let's say you're on level 1, and we will say that each one of these represents different geometrical perspectives. So one would be the first dimension, and in the first dimension or level, you have a point in existence. So the only thing that you know at that point is that it's the beginning of knowing about being conscious of your existence. It's the beginning of awareness. At level 2, which is the second level in the building, you're aligned. At that point, you're actually 2 points connected. And because you're aligned, at any point on that line, you can see another point on that line. So that's you can actually see the points on the line. Whereas if you were in level 1, you wouldn't be able to see those points because there are no other points. When you get to level 3, now you have what's called the z-axis. So you would have x and y, now you have z. So now you have a third point from which you can see both other points, both other levels. You can see level 1 and you can see level 2 from level 3. So each level that you go, you can see the levels below it, but you cannot see the levels above it. And the building would be having floors that you could see through in only one direction. So you can see down, you can see all the floors below you, but you can't see up. And this is why it's very difficult to communicate with people when they're on a lower level of consciousness, because what you're talking about makes no sense to them whatsoever. We take this analogy a little further, the two analogies, the geometric one and the building one. When you go to the fourth level, you're actually extending up. So geometrically, that would be like a pyramid. So now that would be then time. So this is a three-sided pyramid with the bottom face being also a side which is also a triangle. So it's got like two triangular sides and a triangular base, which makes this kind of pyramid. That's the fourth. And the fourth, that's when you're extending into time. So once you extend into time, you have a bird's eye view, shall we say, of the other dimensions. This dimension, the fourth, exists primarily as a buffer zone and a bridge between the third and the fifth. Spending too much time there, particularly how the fourth dimension has been used for all kinds of thought forms and creative imaginings, emotions, things like that. It's a very confusing place to be, and if you end up in there for any length of time, you would have to be a paragon of strength to be able to resist it, this, because you'd have to remember that you are actually thinking your reality. And it's very hard to remember that when things are coming at you, that you just thought. So if you're not really well versed in your emotions and your thoughts and being able to sustain them on a certain level as a creative manifester, you may find the fourth dimension very, very confusing to at the least, and possibly even dangerous at the most. Again, remember, it's just a bridge, and it has served as a buffer zone between your thoughts and your reality, meaning that they had to exist within time, so you could think and emote something for a long time before it became your reality. I'm just talking on a personal level. on a collective level, fourth dimension has retained a lot of those thoughts and those emotions from other people throughout time, quote unquote time, and so it's kind of like polluted water, should we say? It's kind of gnarly to swim in. So you don't want to spend a whole lot of time there. Just being aware that it exists and that it is intended to be a bridge, and it is a heart bridge, because all bridges are hearts. They're related to the fourth chakra, which, if you notice, the number 4 resembles an H, and H is the bridge. So the fourth chakra is the bridge between the lower chakras and the upper chakras. And so it is with the fourth dimension or fourth level. The fifth is where we're trying to go, and as a creative manifester, you want to maintain your vibration as much as possible at that level and hold it as clearly as possible. So I'm going to review briefly the theme, BKT, which is balance, kernel, and timeline. Incidentally, those are all numerologically 2, equal 2. So B is 2, K is at 11, and T is a 20. So B means mother, basically. It's a balance. K is 11. 11 is illumination, which is good and bad. It's kind of like, actually, we can't really say good and bad anymore because there's no such a thing, but it plays out that way if you're not aware. So it's illuminating, breaking down structures. And T, if you think of the Tau cross, T-A-U cross, it's the same cross on which the hanging man hangs, the Tau cross. And it either saves or slays humanity, is the traditional interpretation of the T. When we look at it numerologically, 11 is a master number, so of course that's a very important number. 11 as the K is someone who might illuminate by activating. They activate or show the error in what is, in the structures. And they need to do that only for so long where they can get pulled back into duality. So it's important to understand that the 11 is simply illumination and then letting go. Illumination and surrender, illumination and surrender. Very important. The T is a 20. And as a 20, the 0, meaning spirit or all that is, or the big void of creation, the womb of creation, magnifies the 2. So in the Tarot, 11 is justice, meaning you have sort of establishment that you're either going to support or break down. And the 20 is judgment. It's kind of interesting, the both J's. And judgment means kind of illumination taken to the nth degree. So now everything's exposed. Everything is shown up. Duality is now exposed. And the things that you don't want are clear to see, as well as the things that you do want. And at that point, it's truly choice. The 0 again is spirit, therefore it magnifies the 2. So it's kind of like saying duality to the nth degree until you see that there is a choice. So I'm signing off now. Thank you for listening. and I'll see you next time.